Okay, hello. Welcome back to another episode of A Dime of Your Time. And on today's episode, um, we're going to talk about the very, very sensitive subject of racism. Because apparently it's very much still alive in this country, unfortunately. And you would think after all these years, and I mean, we've already known that it was still alive anyways, but it just seems to be showing its face a heck of a lot more lately. Um, wasn't exactly really how I wanted to word that. I don't know. It just seems to be to me. Maybe because where I grew up, well, it was pretty racist. At least towards me, it was. I don't know. It's a lot more alive than I would like it to be. And you would think after all these years and after all these protests and wars and fights and, people dying to have equal rights, you would think by now people would catch on to the bandwagon and stop with the racist crap and all the segregation and everything. For instance, a friend of mine on Facebook had posted a cemetery that's down south. I don't remember exactly where down south it was. I think it was in like North Carolina or South Carolina or something like that. I could be wrong though. But at any rate, the cemetery is still segregated. I'm like, wow. Like, it's like that? I mean, I live in Massachusetts. I mean, we can have some racist assholes up here, but shoot, our cemeteries aren't segregated. That's ridiculous. Like, come on. That's like, damn, how much you gotta fucking hate somebody and not even let them freaking be buried next to you? Like, shit. Come on now, wake up. But at any rate, yeah, and just other things. Um, sorry, this thing isn't coming off of me, so it's making my concentration not be with you for a minute. Okay, so anyways, yeah, it's just really alive. You know what I mean? It kind of aggravates me when I still hear people, and especially out of the black race, not wanting a white person to do something that they do, acting as if we're trying to steal their culture. For instance, white girls with dreads, we get it all the time. That we're trying to be black. The way I look at it is, first of all, the hair's gonna dread anyways. It has nothing to do with color. Dreads, like I said before in other videos, it didn't come from Rastafarians. They weren't the first ones to have it. But whatever, that's a whole nother subject for another episode. As far as this episode, I really want to, the whole reason really why I want to get into the talk of racism is because of that case that's going on in Florida right now, in Jacksonville, where the guy shot up the car at the gas station with the 4 young boys there, teenagers. Now, okay, mind you, I don't know, maybe the dude would have shot up the same way, whether or not the dudes are black or white. Maybe, I don't know. He had that bum ear. The music hurt his ear, but his gunshots didn't. Somehow that kind of makes sense. Not really. So, maybe it was just a respect thing. Because we all know, and we're not going to lie to ourselves because we all know it. It don't matter if you're black or white, Chinese, Japanese, whatever. Teenage boys usually all act the same. No, I mean, let me rephrase that. They don't usually act the same, but we know how a lot of the city boys do. They want to put their music up really loud, have the rap music on. And again, doesn't matter what race you are. This is coming from all races. And they want to be disrespectful. And an adult says turn it down. They're probably like, no, fuck you. I'm going to turn it up, da da da. But in this case, that's not what happened. They actually turned the music down. But I guess the guy had left. Maybe it said something, but the boys turned the music back up, from what I'm told. That part doesn't make any sense to me. But I guess the boys turned it back up. The guy that told him to turn it down, the guy that shot him, went back to his car and then got his gun, came back and shot at the boys, then got out of his car and proceeded to the boys' car to keep shooting at them. And then as the boys are like fleeing away, driving away, the guy's still shooting at them. So, and he's claiming I was scared. You know, hey, you remember Zimmerman? Yeah, that asshole. Yeah, he's claiming the same exact thing. I was scared for my life, so I was defending myself because I don't know, 4 black guys in a car with music on at a gas station and then friggin' fleeing for their life is very scary. I don't know. It's an extremely scary thing for someone to run for their life. Let you shoot them now. At any rate. So I don't know. He's saying self-defense, whatever. Now here's the thing that gets me. He got charged with attempted murder. I think it was 2 for the other 3 that didn't die. But the one that did die, they can't come to an agreement or a verdict of whether or not he's guilty. As if somebody else shot the gun into the car. I don't know who else was there, but I don't know. So now here's the thing, and this is why this is, we're bringing the race card into this. Because not everything needs a race card, but for this situation, I think it does. Like I said, whether or not the guy that shot had racist tendencies, whatever, I don't know. He could have, he couldn't. He could have, he couldn't have. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not in his head, whatever. However, what does make this very racist is the Florida judicial system. I definitely believe that. Because why is it that all these white men that keep killing black boys, these young black boys, why are they all getting away with it? You know what I mean? Why? How is it in this particular situation? How is it that you can't come to an agreement on, you know, whether or not he killed the boy and whether or not he's guilty? Yes, he's guilty. Seriously, yes, he's guilty. The boy's dead because of your gun. You know what I mean? And oh, is it first degree, the second degree? Well, I don't know. I can't really tell what degree it is. But really, in first degree, it has to be premeditated. The premeditated doesn't have to be, you know, a week or a month or a couple weeks or whatever. It can be the time that it took him to calmly walk from the boy's car to his car and grab the gun. That's premeditated. And then when he got out of the gun to go to the boy's car and still shoot them, and as the boys are driving away and he's still shooting, that's clearly premeditated. I'm sorry. Look at it any other way you want. You know what I'm saying? As premeditated, that's murder 1. So anyways, that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Now, what pisses me off about that is the fact that the judicial system in Florida can't seem to get this right and keeps letting white guys get away with this. See, now, the reason why that pisses me off, not only because somebody has lost their life, but because, what the frig, you keeping racism alive in this country. People have fought and died and has spent their entire life just trying to get freedom. You know what I'm saying? People that never got to see freedom, they died trying to find freedom in this country equally for everyone, and you still sitting here keeping racism alive. Like, knock it off. You know what I mean? And not only that, but you're making the rest of us white people that aren't racist look bad. You know what I mean? My whole life I've dealt with worms thrown at me, soda thrown all over me, food thrown at me, bugs, rocks. You know what I'm saying? Being chased out of neighborhoods, out of stores, out of, you know, being told I didn't belong because I'm white. You know what I mean? Like, I've dealt with this my entire life and it hurts. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have to go through this. And trust me, I'm not the only one. Black people go through it all the time. It's not fair and it's not right. And why is this happening? Because dumbass governments like the Florida judicial system is keeping this shit alive, and it's not cool. Like, I'm straight out telling you right now as a white woman, this is not cool. You're not just hurting black people, you're hurting us white people too. Get it together. People have fought a long time for freedom and equality. Get it together and let's get this right. Peace out. This was a dime for your time. Much love. Like and subscribe.